So the topic is yoga. So favorite subject. So we'll discuss his thoughts on the subject. It is unique among all living beings on Earth. By habits, ecology, and environmental conditions, is sinful deeds, which result in pain and miseries to himself and to the fellow man. By conflicts and competition, everyone seeks security for enjoyment of pleasure and survival. Effort, groups have been formed in various categories. Now the individuals by groups and groups by individuals are taught to follow a certain method of life, even though it is detrimental to mankind. No or group, even having good aims, is enough to do anything to change the behavior of mankind, talking about the dissolution of stifling groupism. The only mission, according to Swamiji, is to elevate the consciousness of men and women and accepting the world as it is. And then it will be possible to counter and neutralize the strange hold of groupism with a view to living mankind. Proper ritual approach for changing the behavior of man and wishing world peace is Karma Yoga. So, definition for Karma Yoga is going this: karma, action by will. It includes three things, which is thought, word, and deed. Yoga is a system of life best suited for man in harmonious communion with nature. Man is a combination of four phenomena: body, mind, life force, and magnetism. This is basically minute energy particles, speedy self-rotative whirling motion. The whirling motion of the particles of the life force create a spreading wave. The sum to all these waves intensified within the body is biomagnetism. The peripheral functioning state of the consciousness, which is naturally seated in the life force particles. Extensive activities by magnetic field within and outside the body. Physically, structure of chromatic arrangement of cells, the polarity. The polarity is maintained by biomagnetism flowing through the body and also maintains body functions. Force and the biomagnetic field of man are linked with the field. In man, first affects the magnetic field of, and then by nature affects the universal field also. So every has the five senses, as we know: flash, reflection, fraction, penetration, and interaction. Create the imprints in the cells of the body, the brain cells, the general center, and universal field as well. These imprints will work and evoke the same thoughts of action once it is brought into action. So more efficiency in place an object of contact produces a or a bad result, with a pain or pleasure that is being done at the present future to the body or mind for the or for others. A Kali does every action with full understanding and awareness of nature, maintain harmony, all angles and all relations of life. One movement of the body or one thought in the mind such an asset to the entire mankind for a long period of time. Then action should be disciplined and what should be streamlined so that produce only good results, such as pleasure, harmony, satisfaction, health, peace, oneself and others, at the present and in the future. Health and peaceful mind are for man to enjoy the material world, develop the consciousness to achieve life's purpose. One has to maintain in the four angles of life. There is harmony between body and soul, between and mind, between individual and society, and between and nature. Appropriate exercises and meditation and way of living to maintain harmonious needs described above constitute yoga. So the yoga is a system of life in the full potential of the body and mind, understanding and awareness, happy, prosperous and peaceful life. So this is self-realization for us, right? This world, for the life that we live here. Consciousness is a character of universal being. In all of energy and mass, it is the functioning in fraction. In the beginning stage of life, this was conditioned with sense perceptions such as pleasure and pain. But the potential to develop to perfection so as to reach the totality. But man has three impurities, as you all know: the ego, sin imprints, and illusion. Anavam, Kanvam, and Maya. To give up these to attain God consciousness. So by travel and merging the self, the supreme being, he can get rid of ego. So to take off ego by merging with the self. By virtuous way of living and imprinting only good deeds, get rid of sin imprints. So ego and sins are erased, will automatically shine forth. The illusion will be clear. Karma is the way to do this. Clean self of the impurities and enable him to achieve self-realization. KarmaYoga helps in 3 ways to better enjoy all sensual pleasures and derive full satisfaction. Capable of helping others enjoy material and spiritual life. By putting death and withstanding aging until he reaches the goal of life or he wishes to be. KarmaYoga is a complete system to fulfill all needs of man and mankind. That guides a man with 2 stable principles, namely the consciousness and constant awareness of cause and effect system, which is all called as law of nature. Principles of worship of God and of living beings form the KarmaYoga. Swami goes on to explain about the KarmaYoga in a detailed manner. So when we think and do the think, that is called central nervous system, right? When we move and or do things, enjoy pleasure or pain, this is all central nervous system. From the imprints up till now, whatever we gets imprinted automatically, and it's imprinted as autonomous nervous system. So we sleep or the heart beats and all that, that is all autonomous nervous system. Action, urge of thought automatically gets reflected when the mind comes to the same frequency as imprinted. So let me chant a mantra. You enter in the tongue cells and you start chanting by rote. Without even concentrating, you are able to repeat the mantra. That is also part of the autonomous system. Not only reflects the events from our birth, but from formation of universe, all imprints are getting reflected. something happening in the solar system, in the universe, and man in particular is affected appropriately. So that's called the third one, which is the universal wave system. So man is connected to the whole universe and everything in the surroundings as well. He enjoys everything by one, mind, second by the action, which is by body, by the soul consciousness. Linking of mind and body, linking individual with the society, linking with the nature, universe. So this broader total perspective view is known as Karma Yoga, or in action. So what we do, it has such an impact to the body, it gives the mind also. What we do now, it will get imprinted in the genetic center, and if we birth to a child, it will enjoy the appropriate result after 40 to 50 years also. So understanding this, what's necessary for man? Action should be discipline. Discipline in action, clear understanding should be there. And this understanding of the truth or law of karma or law of nature, it will be tough for us to get this discipline. So karma, if properly understood, religion according to Swamiji. So far, many religions were formed in regions by different people, but to the God and the various approaches to reach God were often by different people. In religion also there are many differences, but Karma Yoga, there will be no difference. Karma Yoga, if understood, penetrate into all religions and make all religions into one religion. What Swamiji wants to explain as Karma Yoga. So he goes further to explain on the components of any religion. One, worship of God and worship of living beings. God means one is the development of consciousness and way of living. It has three components, which is morality, duty, and charity. Morality is to discipline actions in such a way so as not to inflict pain to self or others in the present or in the future, body or mind. We are enjoying so many things produced by the society, right from the sun to the day we right. So we are enjoying a lot of things produced by the society. So we this for services. So that's duty consciousness for every individual. Charity. Everybody needs help, some help from others in time to time. We must be to help others also. Because old people and even young children who cannot work on their own, they need help in society. So this understanding to help other people, children who cannot earn their own, this is charity. So these things, morality, duty, and charity, constitute virtuous way of living. To develop consciousness, we need to refine actions through morality, duty, and charity. In the stage, it is not possible when young, right? So in young age, we have faith in the teachings of one and follow them, or a religion and follow that religion. But thinking ability comes, reading ability, one is able to think on his own, then he can come to his own experiences in life with the teachings, form his own opinions. So then the understanding at that stage. He is able to rationalize and think it over and form opinions of his own. So that is understanding. So the consciousness, sensation. That's the third stage. Developing mind and soul to merge with the Supreme Being. All ways and means of achieving the ultimate consciousness. This is the core and goal of all religions. One is worship of God. The other side, morality, duty, and charity to maintain harmony in the society. In worship of all living beings. God is given many names, and we have to understand there are many stories about God in all religions, right? In karma, it is not like that. In the action, the virtue and worship of God both are there. So whatever we do in action, or the result should be taken as God. The action depends on time, place, and object of contact. Action, a result comes. The eternal force or the consciousness, which is the result. So if you put a glass to the floor, it's break, right? So that's the action, result from that action of dropping the glass. So the result is already embedded in the action itself. So when you hit it, the result comes automatically by way of friction, law of action or karma yoga. Maybe pain or pleasure. When you end this action, results in pleasure. No one deny and no one can see this force, right? But it is working without any gap, right? So every action comes as a result. This is a reward according to the motive and method doing the action. If it's good, and if the action is done well, we get success or profit. The motive is bad and not done properly because of failure. So necessities, reward or punishment, due to nature or universal being. So if the consciousness is developed, then we can understand, we can raise the God in the presence, in the state. We doing all functions carefully, not inflict pain to self or others. So morality, duty, and charity, worshipping God, both action. This is called karma yoga. The core and goal of all religions is to attain self-realization. So the Kundalini Shakti or power is to be aroused and meditated upon. It is to be put in practice. So automatically we start cultivating only good actions. Karma yoga always emphasizes duties. The society has undertaken our welfare. We are due to society. So it's not grown by ourselves. Society has provided everything. So that way we have to repay the debt owing to the society. So what nobody works in the society, the society's resources will get depleted. It will not be available for the next generations. So that's where we have to repay this debt and cut the society or societal wealth by our duties. So knowledge is clearly inculcated into everyone's life by karma yoga. In itself, we should know the value of duty. Good things need to be done at the young age. Then it is easy to practice deeds when one grows up. The person does as he pleases. All activities also will be imprinted again and again. Only the imprints will drive him into action. These imprints of action, when repeated, it will be very difficult to bring back to the virtue way of life. So there should be teachings and restrictions and faith. First, there should be freedom, understand nature, understand of cause and effect. Therefore, each and every action needs to be understood. The case by mankind, are the Almighty? Swamiji asked that question. No, all these are only made by man. Man has to understand his potential and develop and change. But done in a day. Their process in raising method of children, a process in the educational system, a better process in the industrial management, a process in the political administration. All four simultaneously should be planned and administered. To come back to who should take the effort, Swamiji said if politicians can they do the work. See, politicians cannot do this because they are more about power and money. To think of anything else. They bring peace and prosperity to the nation. Heads can peace in the earlier stage of religions. The people who found the religions were realized persons. They were rationalists who understood the nature of their own consciousness. Later on, by greed and inefficiency, there are many fictitious stories to the revelationist religions. So they are contaminated. What they have today is a contaminated mixture. The religious leaders, when they explain anything, scientists are asking questions today. He is a true revelationist. He can answer the questions, but he is not. He is a technician reading the book and repeating whatever is in the scriptures. Just leaders cannot bring peace. So the industrialist is the next thing. Can they bring peace? No, because they are in a race. They want to sell more. They are drowning in a flood of competition, Swamiji says. The industries are drowning. They cannot peace and awareness to the people. Only yogis or men of social mindedness, they can establish a movement. Only spiritual teachings, only is the awareness of people to the realization. Only one is the truth. So these people, yogis, they only can bring true peace to the world. So when the light is lit, then people can see what is there. We are now in darkness and bring in a light and see exactly what is around here. Yoga is the only way. Swamiji, KarmaYoga is teaching all of the secrets of nature through our own action, experiences, and understanding. Therefore, we have taken KarmaYoga as a world religion. Our movement, the World Humanity Service Center, is teaching only KarmaYoga. When it enters into all religions, then all religions will come together. The question is, how can all religions come together? As each one has its own separate God, so how can they come together? They worship God. What are worshipping? They are only worshipping their own mind, which is a real state of consciousness. So, consciousness is only the God. It is not two, it is only one. So, a person is worshipping God, is worshipping the God in a perfect thing that to do. He shape or image and worships that God. When the time comes, he understands the life energy, soul, mind, and consciousness. Thus, we see that KarmaYoga will become the interpenetrative knowledge among all religions. Then, within the person, religion, family, society, nation, or the world, this will spread from the person up to the world. So, to permanent peace, we need this religion. This will conflict with any of the existing religions. Then it cannot be a world religion. So, with this perspective knowledge, we expand our mind, understand what is KarmaYoga. So, this is a movement of individuals. This is of intellectuals. This is a movement of scientists. So, this does not conflict with any dogma, any race, any religion, or any sex. No at all. Understanding KarmaYoga, we are all sisters and brothers. Now we understand we can teach others also and let the whole world come to one unit as a Karma Yoga with peace and happiness for all. So we'd like to conclude the discussion on Karma Yoga by the Divine.